Let's talk to the quarterback. Jared, as always, we appreciate your time. Thanks for being with us. I know congratulations aren't in order, but it feels like it for us here in Detroit because we're not used to this. But with that said, do you get a sense for how much right now you guys mean to this city? What you've done to the overall psyche of the city of Detroit and the surrounding areas?
I don't know if we feel it outside of that building much, but I'm sure there is. I really haven't been around much since the first playoff game. But, I think each week, the last two games, the crowd and the energy they have, I mean, they've been on their feet. It feels like damn near the whole game. It's been pretty special the last 2 weeks, and seeing these guys enjoy it and being able to be a part of the team that's provided that to them has been real special.
Something else that's kind of happened, and there's an appeal that you guys have where it feels like people outside of Detroit, I'm hearing from all around the country that people are saying, boy, this Lions team is easy to root for, and this Lions team is the new America's team. What do you think it is about you guys that seems to appeal to non-Lions fans?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we work hard. I think we got a lot of guys who have been doubted for quite some time and are starting to get a national stage to show what they can do. The Lions have historically not been on national television for quite some time, and we've had some games this year where we have been and played well and won games. And I don't know. I think that's probably part of it. But we focus on what we can internally and just keep trying to win games.
You talk about the atmosphere, what it was like at Ford Field the last couple of weeks. It's been amazing. And on last Sunday, I think it started with the national anthem and that saxophone player and hitting that note for like what seemed to be close to a minute. Can you talk about what it was like on the sidelines to be part of that, and did that move you at all with how he was playing?
Yeah, I think we had him earlier in the year. It might have been Thanksgiving or some other time, so I kind of knew it was coming. He does that, I think, almost every time he does the national anthem. It's pretty cool and pretty impressive that he's able to do that. But yeah, I was standing right in front of him and watching him do it, and kind of just smiling and like listening to the crowd kind of go crazy while he was doing it. And it was cool. It's kicked off the night, and I thought, like I said, all night and all day, I guess the crowd was amazing, and it was really fun to play in front of.
Something about you that we've watched since you've been a Detroit Lion, and perhaps we should have seen this with when your career was with the Rams, but as a Lion, it's like you don't get rattled, man. I mean, you handle the pressure no matter what the situation is. You kind of thrive on it. Have you always been that way? And do you remember a time when you were a kid that you could first kind of like see that example? You're put in this pressure situation. You're just like, whatever, I'm just not playing a game.
Yeah, I don't know if I was ever like figured out, how or why, but I've just kind of always been that way where I'm able to compartmentalize pretty good and have perspective on it. And no, it's just a football game. I know there's a lot riding on it. I know there's a bunch of people hoping and won, and of course we are as well. But at the end of the day, our best is all we can do, and as long as you're doing that, it's typically good enough.
Let's get to a couple of moments in this game against Tampa before we turn the page to the NFC title game. Start with the 3rd and 15 throw to Amon-Ra. You guys are trying to close out the clock, close out the game, run the clock, I should say. And you got Amon-Ra on a comeback route, and from beginning to end, pre-snap to the play was over. How did that develop as you saw it?
Yeah, it's a play we ran a ton. Their corner went down, so it was a backup corner in there. It's our best player against somebody on their defense who was a backup, and took advantage of it. It's not anything sexy or special. It was just a regular play we've ran a million times, and he ran a great route, and I put it on.
The 3rd and short pass to Brock Wright, was that the exact same play that you guys ran against the Jets that he took to the house? This time it went for 29 key yards?
It was the exact same play. I'm not sure if it was formation the same or the motions were all the same, but the concept of it was the exact same. Yeah.
Had you guys run it since the Jets game, or was this you broke it out for this occasion?
It's a good question. I'm sure we've ran it once more since then. I can't remember, but yeah, this is the last time it's really gotten backside to Brock like that since that game. Yeah.
I don't mean this is a dig, and I don't know if I'm the first one to comment on this, but I've never seen a quarterback throw more accurately without throwing a consistent spiral. Am I imagining this, or is this something that you throw a wobbly, accurate, hard-thrown pass?
Yeah, it's something that I'm always constantly working on is getting it to spin a little bit better. And sometimes it spins great, sometimes it doesn't. But yes, I do take a lot of pride in it being accurate regardless. And I think that's a funny observation. I do take it as a dig, by the way, but no, it depends. Sometimes the rush is a certain way, my feet are a certain way, and the ball doesn't come out exactly how I'd hoped. But typically, it hits them right where I want to hit them, and those guys make the catch.
Jamison Williams, he comes in and everybody talks about the speed and the deep threat, and he is that. But what I love, and you could probably speak to this, is in recent weeks, contested catches, running shorter routes, fighting off defenders, and making big catches for you guys, kind of developing an all-round game. How do you see his development?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. He's just become a part of the offense now where we don't have to just send him deep or just send him on certain routes to do certain things. Like, he can run every single route we got and does a great job with it. And he's developed really well this year and has continued to get better. I'm saying, every week it gets better and better, and he's getting better and he's learning and improving. And it's just a matter of time before he has one of those breakout games where everything comes together.
Is there a player that you want to single out who's been instrumental in bringing you guys together, or who exemplifies the feeling of family within that locker room?
Oh, man, there's so many. I wish there was one I could name, but there is really so many. I think we've got such great camaraderie and teamwork and love for each other. And I think it's a group of guys who have been, like I mentioned earlier, doubted for a lot of their career, and now can come together in a way that's pretty fun. And to be in the Final Four now and, have one more game to get to, our ultimate mission of winning the Super Bowl, it's pretty exciting.
One of the things that makes your success, makes this possible, is the contributions of the rookie class. Leading tackler, rookie. Leading receiver, rookie. Leading running back, rookie in that game last week. Could you have seen this coming, that a rookie class, when they were drafted, or has this just exceeded the wildest expectations?
No, I think, all those guys are first and second round picks, and they are for a reason. I think it's a credit to, Brad and those guys upstairs for doing the homework and getting the right guys in here. But yeah, those guys, they're all grinders. They all work hard. They all are where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be. I've talked at length about Sam and Gibby, but there's, Branch and Campbell on the other side, the same way. The way they practice, the way they approach the game. They're professionals as rookies, which is pretty hard to find, and it's fun to see them grow.
You've talked a lot about trust with your receivers, and there was a play on a throw you had to Jahmyr Gibbs. Chris Collinsworth said it was a choice route, that Gibbs comes out of the backfield, he runs up to Britt, the linebacker, and he can go right or left, and he bounced inside to the right, and you released it before he made that cut. Did he have the choice which way to cut there? And was that one of those things where you guys were just on the same page and you trusted him, or was that what the route called for no matter what?
Yeah, it was a choice, and it just with what the coverage was and the way he likes to run those choice routes, I had a pretty good feeling he was going to try to cross him up there and break in. And it was a really good route, good catch by him, and good run after catch. But yeah, we're starting to get more and more on the same page with him as well, and continues to grow.
You wanted to make sure after the game, when you were addressing the media before you walked out, that you wanted to praise Aaron Glenn and the defense and the job that he has done. Why did you think it was important at that point in time to single him out?
I just think it gets overlooked at times, and I certainly don't get the questions about it because I play on offense, but it's something I see every day and see every week. And I think, the season is so long, there's so many ebbs and flows to it, and to see him make adjustments throughout the year based on, maybe there's some certain injuries at certain spots on defense or, different ways to attack an offense. And just the same way we do on offense, I see him do it on defense, and I think he deserves a ton of credit for it, and certainly in these last handful of weeks of helping us win these games.
I don't know if you're a superstitious person, but I've noticed this the last 2 weeks in the press conference after the game. You have donned the brown Detroit Tigers Old English D hat. Is that packed with you, ready to go to San Francisco?
I can bring it if you want me to.
I would like you to, yes.
Okay, I'll wear it. I got you.
Hey, does bulletin board material matter to you guys at all?
Depends what it is. What do you got?
Skip Bayless, after your game, tweeted out the following.
No, I don't care about anything he says. You can stop now. That's not.
I love it.
No, yeah,
No oxygen. No oxygen.
yeah. No, anything those guys say on daytime TV, you can skip over that.
Lastly, for me, Zach Ertz looks like he's added to this team. Do you know him at all? Have you had any conversations with him? And how do you think he can help you guys on Sunday, being a 3-time Pro Bowler?
Yeah, I've known Zach for quite some time now, from the Bay Area as well, and have some crossover there with him. But yeah, I played against him a bunch. He's a hell of a player. Yeah, he's a good friend, and I'm excited to have him on the team. I think he can help us in a lot of ways, but we'll see in what capacity he's used. But yeah, he'll be ready to go.
Well, Jared, we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us as always, and look forward to talking to you again next week.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Jared.
Jared Goff, the quarterback of your Detroit Lions, off to the NFC title game on Sunday.
You just say Skip Bayless.
I told you guys.
Okay, we were talking about this pre-show.
No players respect Skip Bayless.
We will circle back to our pre-show conversation. Hilarious. We'll get to that today at 10:50, 97.1 The Ticket.